செழிதொழுகும் சீராரும் பதனமென திகழ்வழக கண்டமெனில் திக்கணமும் அதிர்ச்சிறந்த திராவிடர்கள் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் வணங்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனே தமிழனே உன் சீரிழமை திறமையந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Distinguished Chief Guest, Mr. Khadeer Peer Shariff, Managing Director, Siraj Holding International, Dubai, UAE. We are extremely honored to have Mr. Shariff with us as our Chief Guest, who is a distinguished leader, visionary and trailblazer in the world of business and communication. Currently, he is serving as the Managing Director of Siraj Holding International, and he himself has carved an exceptional niche for himself as a global achiever with an illustrious career spanning over 25 years in senior management career. His remarkable leadership, strategic foresight, and unwavering commitment to excellence have not only driven transformative growth across international markets in the GCC, Asia, and America, but also earned him numerous accolades for his exemplary contributions to the fields of finance, technology, and business. We are truly fortunate to have such a distinguished personality with us today as our chief guest for this convocation function. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our chief guest for this convocation function.
I invite the esteemed chief guest, Mr. Khadeer Peer Shariff, Senior Managing Director, Siraj Holding International, LLC, Dubai, to deliver the convocation address. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. First, it's my pleasure to share the dais with some of the greatest achievers in the Indian education system. So I take this opportunity to thank Honorable Chancellor Shri Dr. K. Sridharan sir, respected Pro-Chancellor Srimati Dr. S. Arivalagi Madam, esteemed Vice President Shri Dr. S. Shashi Anand and Shri Arjun Kalasalingam, respected Vice Chancellor Shri Dr. S. Narayanan, esteemed Register Shri Dr. N.S. Vasudevan, Directors, Deans, HOD, learned faculty, parents, and proud students. I was actually listening to the earlier speech, and he was giving a lot of ranking numbers. So I was just thinking, if you have to look at the earth, the mass of the earth, about 32% of it is made of iron, 30% is oxygen, 15% silicon, 14% magnesium. But then there's only 1% of all the metals. So if you have to look at gold, diamond, platinum, they are all less than 1%. So I did a back of the envelope calculation for the rankings that he did, and out of the rank, world global ranking of 294 with the university, the ranking is top 1%. And I also did the same thing for the Indian of the ranking that you have with the Indian universities, which is also top 1%. And I think that is why KARE is rare and precious institution. I am truly honored and humbled to attend this 37th Convocation for that reason. But having said that, I think all of you should also be proud because you're part of the very precious institution. You know, we are a people of about 1.4 billion people, and only 17% graduate. And out of the 17%, only 10% are in the professional services. So if you do the math, that is also 1% of the Indian population. So congratulations, class 2024. You're also 1% top in the Indian population. So then I was invited by the university to come and give a speech. So I started planning to write what should I do. So when I started preparing, there was a lot of things that I could share. 100 pages. It could take about 2 hours for me to finish the entire thing. So I was thinking, shall I go ahead with the speech that share a lot of knowledge? And what struck me was, I went to my graduation day and figured out what I did. Do I remember what was spoken there? I don't even remember who came. So what is the point of this particular speech? Rather, I was thinking to share a story of survival, which is my story. It's easy for me to stay. So that's the next few minutes, it's going to be the story of survival. What I want all of you to do is to see if you can take some cues from this story and how you can use this for your journey in life. So if I rewind 28 years back, and I was there, mixed feelings, different emotions. Some of us would be thinking, what's going to happen to the friendship that we all build over this period of year? Some of us would be thinking how this corporate life is going to treat us. You know, some of us would be thinking, what about the love? Will my parents accept him or her? And most of us would be thinking, thank God, I don't have to see the teachers here. I was also thinking the same. You know, life is full of ups and downs. What is important is to celebrate life. So today, you've all assembled here to do that celebration. And there are 3 important people who is responsible for this celebration of yours. The first person who's responsible for you to be in this, you yourself. So how are we going to celebrate that? When you come over the dais and collect the certificate, all of us are going to clap and tell you, you're great, you're one of the top 1% in the Indian population. That is how we are going to celebrate you. The second person who is important for this celebration are your parents. And I understand that they are also here. Most often what we do is we want to celebrate, but then we push it. We will say, I'm going to celebrate, but we forget. It is not only important to celebrate, but celebrate now. And depending on our customs, culture, the way that we want to do, we can celebrate. You know, the moment you get your awards, like our custom, you could actually go, fall at their feet, get their blessings, or you could actually get a gift for your parents, give them the certificate and tell them, thank you so much for making me number 1% within the 1% of India. Or take them out for dinner, have a nice conversation and tell them how much this certificate that you gave me meant to me. But it is very important that you share your feelings with your parents today itself. The third person who's responsible for what you are here are your teachers and the faculty members. And if you have to celebrate that, I would stand up and give them a round of applause, saying them how much I respect and thank them. I would do that. Would you all do stand up and thank all your teachers for all the respect and thank you that you did? The more the applause, that's the respect that you give for them. Class of 2024, you guys are absolutely great. I think you love the teachers, you don't hate them. All right, let's start the story. You know, like I mentioned, this is a story. So, once after you graduate, you know, the few things that we do, or the most important that we do, is job search. So I was also in search of a job, and immediately I got a invitation to come for an interview. I was very excited. So I think it was a Friday morning, I went for this interview, and I did extremely well in the interview. All questions asked, I answered them, very confident, and I was sure that I will get the job. So I come out of the interview, and I was thinking, what is this people outside the world talking that, you know, to get a job is so tough. Look, I'm going to ace this interview. My first interview, I'm going to get this job. And those 2 Saturday, Sundays were the best in my life. I was literally living. I got my job. So Monday came. Next Monday came. Next month also came. I didn't get the job. I was very confused. Why, after doing so much well, I was really confident, why did I not get my job? I didn't have any answer, but days passed on. Of course, I got my job, and that's why I'm here talking to you all. And I grew up in my corporate career, and I moved on to take interviews. And the similar thing happened, you know, when I was interviewing students, I saw them being very confident. They know all the things there, but I still didn't pick him. And the reason was that what knowledge you have, what you know, is not required for me. So what happens is we all think that we know everything, but does that apply to where we want to do? No, in fact, Thiruvalluvar has said that beautifully, and I'm going to read this. Vinay valiyum, tan valiyum, matran valiyum, tunai valiyum, tukichayal. I understand not many people are from Tamil, so I'm going to translate that in English. Weigh the strength of the task, which means in this case it could be the task that you have at your office or a job that you're searching. Weigh the strength of the task. Then yourself, what is your strength? What are your skills? What are your knowledge? Then the opponent, what is your competition? What is his skill? What is his strength? And then act. Weigh the strength of the task, then yourself, then opponents, and then act. So one of the common mistakes that I did, and most of us might do, is we think that we know everything. We might know everything. Knowing you is very important, but applying what you know is the best part of it. So that's one of the lessons that I learned in my career first. So I said I got my job, and my job was in a software company. It was late 90s. I was good. I was really good, and my boss comes to me and says, "You've done a great job, and we're gonna move you to the US, and train you on the latest technology, and your position of work will be there. I was like, yes, very good. And you know why? I'm not too sure now, but late 90s, going to America is a dream. A dream come true for many people if they get an opportunity. At that same day, one of the sales guys in my company also resigned. So that evening, I go to my father and tell him that there's an opportunity for me to go to the US, and I got selected for it. But I selected the sales executive job. What do you think happened that day? World War III. He called me a madman. This word is very important for you in life. You will, in your life, are going to hear madman. This is something that you will continue to hear. But I was responsible for the decision that I took, and I lived with the responsibility. And today, I'm actually giving a speech in front of you. From a software executive, I moved on to a sales executive. But what it means is, it is my life, and it is important that the decisions that I take in life should be ours. When you are living in your life, as you see, you will see some of your friends, relatives, well-wishers come to you and say, hey, what, you're still in that company, not going to another company? Are you not married yet? When are you going to get married? Oh, you're married, only one child. Why are you not going to the US? Okay, why this school, not this school? You will see a lot of them coming and living your life. Please ensure what is important in the journey that you see forward is to live your life. Now, how will you live your life? To live your life, you need to look at taking responsibility of your life. How will you take responsibility of your life? You need to decide things for yourself. And how will you decide things? The decision comes either from your heart or from your brain. How will this decision, your heart will know or your brain will know that this is the decision that I'm going to make? And that is why there's something called passion. Anything and everything that you do, you have to do with passion. So that's how you can take responsibility in life. So I'll come back to the story of survival, my story. So what happens when you look at passion, you follow passion, you will do a lot more things. So I was employed, and I did my job. For the first few years, it was fine. And I was thinking to myself, is this the job that I really want to do? Am I okay in this particular job? There are some set of people who would sort of compromise and say, yeah, I'm okay with that. And they remain in that position. But there is, which I would assume that most of you would then seek, no, I want more. That is what your heart is going to find out, the passion, the thing that you actually like. It happened to me, but it didn't happen to me immediately. I told you, right, I was a sales executive. I was selling manufacturing products. I was selling FMCG products. And then, it so happened I started selling banking solutions. And when I started selling banking-related technology, I could actually feel that I could relate to that product. I started liking that domain and technology. When you start to like those things there, what happens, you will spend more time with them. So I started spending more time in learning that technology there. When you spend more time learning that technology, you know what happens? You become a master of that technology. And when you become a master of that technology, you start guiding people. You start telling things which people will listen to you. And that is how you become a leader of that technology. And what I started as a sales executive, with the passion that I had, I now have a patent in my name in the banking technology. So that's how the passion will drive you, whether even if you do sales, you will end up technically an inventor to have a patent in the name. So go for that passion. You need to have patience to find out what passion that will come to you. The moment you follow passion, you know who follows you? Success follows you. If you follow passion, success follows you. And so when we talk about success, and especially all of you are right now in the stage of academic success, when we have to talk about success, we need to talk about failures, because failures are the stepping stone of success. There is no success without any failures. In my story of survival, I became a leader in the banking technology. My life was beautiful. I managed more than 100,000 ATMs in this country. I managed close to about $8 billion of cash movement in this country. You know, the card swipe transaction point of sale, more than 80% of the transaction was managed by us. Millions and millions of financial transactions was managed by me. Operations was massive. I loved it. I was a high-flying executive, earning in crores. Life was beautiful. And generally, like I mentioned, you'll have ups and downs. So entrepreneurship bug bit me. I decided, okay, let's do something on my own. There was a market potential, and with my leadership, if I could capture 10% of the market share, you know, I will be $1 billion man. I said, let me do it. So what I did, I said, I resign. I resigned from a group called Tata, where many of the people want to enter it. I said, I resign. When I said I resign, do you know what word I heard? Madman. I was again called madman. Now, the first time when I was a madman, I was successful. The second time was bad. I failed. For whatever reasons, I literally failed. Life was bad. You know, my life moved from a point where I used to see sunrise in many countries to a condition where I was scared of seeing sunrise. Because when sun rises, I have a family to feed and I don't know what to do. From life was beautiful to life becomes crazy. So that's the situation I was in. Then realized this is a fear. There's a fear of failure. What should I do? And there are two things that came to my mind. Know who you are. Who am I? And apply what I am. So know who you are. And I thought to myself, I was a man driven by passion. And what should I apply? All the experience that I have gained in all these years is what I need to apply for. So I was ready to face this failure. So I heard that there is a company called HCL Info Systems in Middle East. It was for sale. It was in the banking sector. So I decided to go to UAE. I told my home that I'm going for 1 week, and I did not take the return ticket for the reason I did not have money to take the return ticket. So I went to UAE and I met with many people and explained to them that this is an industry where we can work, and people looked at the experience that we have gained and the confidence that we have, and I got an investor and we acquired HCL Info Systems Middle East from a $12 billion HCL group. So we run the HCL Middle East systems in UAE, Qatar and Saudi. The journey continued. It was a loss-making company. We turned it to be a profitable company, and because of which we have a joint venture, 50-50 joint venture with the Shriram Group of India in Middle East there. And currently, we do investments in a lot of company. So I manage a company with a net worth of $2 billion US. So from the position where I was so scared to look at sunrise, and today we are giving opportunities and jobs to thousands and thousands of people. The only reason for that is I did understand that failures are there, but it is how you face the failures and what you need to do. So you will also see failures, but you can face your failures by knowing who you are and what are your strengths and applying for that. I promised myself I will not take hours, not 2 hours. So maybe sort of try and close this. So the story of survival of mine is at this moment a story of success. But then there's a lot of journey to move forward. And you've also started your journey, and you are also looking at the journey to do them. One of the things that I would want to leave here is that no matter whatever position that you go, how top you go, all of you should say, stay humble and grounded. That's one thing that you need to do. What happens is, I know who I am, and I've applied myself, but then just don't go up. Stay grounded, stay humble, and most importantly, lift as many people possible that you can. That should be your goal. So, if I have to summarize what I have spoken till now, the first thing is to know that you should be proud of yourself. Currently, you are the top 1% of the Indian population, and you are proud of yourself. Then celebrate life. You've celebrated life already, and you've thanked your teachers already. The next thing that you need to do in your life is to know who you are. Knowing is very important. After knowing who you are, apply who you are. After applying who you are, that's where you start to live your life. And when you live your life, you will live your life with passion. And when passion comes, success comes. That's exactly what you will see in your life. One small tip that you would want to do. In the initial years of your work, I understand that all of you have started working, many of you are about to get a job. Your first few years of your work, it has to be hard work. There's no other go. It has to be hard work. The subsequent years have to be smart work. Later years, you have to make the work for you. If you miss any of those things, your life is going to be miserable. Hard work, don't miss it. But if you're not able to elevate your hard work to smart work, then you're going to continue your hard work and remain there. So first few years, hard work, subsequent years, smart work, and the year after that, make the work for you. So today is the moment. I remembered those days, and I wanted to share it with you. Whenever we write our application during schools and colleges, we write son of, daughter of. But going forward, you're going to be father of, daughter of. That is what is the change that you will have. So what you need to do is, your actions that you're going to do now will make your parents proud, and the actions that you do will give a great life for your kids. So class of 2024, congratulations for this convocation, and I wish you all the best for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We extend our heartfelt thanks for your inspiring and wonderful words. Your address has truly inspired and encouraged us all.
Kokulakannan, Mahidhar, Dolly G, Mona Lisa, Kokula Pandian, Sri Charan, Bhuvaneshwar Reddy, Sasidhar, Hariram, Harshavardhini, Harshapriya, Bala Venkata Ramasai, Jayakumar.
I dissolve this convocation. National Anthem.
गणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे